why? Can you hear it? Can you hear the door closing in Owings Mills? Thank you very much for joining us here, the Ravori Sports podcast. Like and subscribe to all of our social media content. So thank all of you for joining us here. Here in the first of the year, we want to thank you always for taking time to spend with us as well. Obviously, very emotional day for a lot of us. So let's go ahead and go over all this good stuff as well. Super Bowl pregame and instant reaction is going to go on February 8th. So definitely we're going to check that out. No matter who is in the Super Bowl, we're going to go ahead, chop it up. We're going to do pregame. We're going to go over the game, etc. That weekend, big content for us here at Ravori Sports. On Friday night before the game, we're going to have our Ravori Sports shopping rebrand of the website. So definitely check that out. So we're going to be revamping the site. We got the app now. Yes. So we got the app now. I'm going to get it on camera. We're going to show it. We got the app now. That's the phone there. It's like this, and you got the Ravori Sports app on there. So now you guys, please go out there. You can download the app. Go to Equid. Go ahead, get the Ravori Sports app, and get that all squared away. Also, to Genesis Notary Services in Winchester, Virginia. If you know, you know. Genesis Notary Services in Winchester, Virginia, and always see Charles Harris at Legal Shield. Definitely to Legal Shield if you are interested in saving money, especially you business owners out there. Absolutely check out Legal Shield to go ahead and do that as well. Obviously, we see the headline here, and the day has come after 18 years of the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh, a former special teams coach who was spent 1 year as a secondary coach, became our coach after Jason Garrett turned the job down. So they went to another choice, which was John Harbaugh, who took the job. Steve Bisciotti said when he hired John Harbaugh all those years ago, he wanted to find the next Mike Tomlin. How ironic is it that Harbaugh's last game as Ravens coach, he was defeated in the final seconds by Mike Tomlin. Unbelievable. So Harbaugh's out as coach. So this is definitely a day, almost 2 decades as coach, as head coach as well. This almost went, and we're going to get to the statements by Steve Bisciotti and John Harbaugh in a second. But this almost went exactly the way it went for Brian Billick years ago. Almost, yesterday they had, he wouldn't have got fired Sunday because they played on Sunday night. So sometimes you play afternoon game. You don't even wait that long. So, but there was Black Monday. And so they usually don't hesitate to fire coaches because you do it in that fashion so you could go out and talk to whoever else you want to talk to as soon as you can. A lot of times years ago when Brian Billick got fired, they kind of waited a day. They kind of just waited. And everybody was like, it was almost dying down. Is he getting fired today? So almost at the end of the day, Tuesday, then word comes out. Steve Bisciotti comes out and says that he decided to go ahead and let go of John Harbaugh as head coach. So you guys out there tell me, a lot of you guys been wanting this. You want John Harbaugh gone. John Harbaugh, we're going to do better. We got to get rid of Harbaugh. 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 So now you got it. So now Harbaugh is gone as head coach. Why did this happen? There's a couple speculation. I'm just speculating. I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody, obviously, in the building. But there's a couple things. There's ways coaches get fired. There's a couple things. There is the easiest one, believe it or not, is obviously you lost too many games. You could argue, I know some people are going to disagree, but you could argue that way. He won more than he lost. They weren't that good this year or as good this year, but he won way more than he lost. He's won 8 or more games every year he's been coach, except for I think 2015, and when he won 5 games, and that was the year Joe Flacco missed a lot of games and didn't play. So he's won more than he's lost, for sure. So, and even in recent years, they went to the AFC Championship game not that long ago. They went to the divisional round. They just barely missed the playoffs off a missed field goal. So you could argue that one, that wasn't it. The other thing is you lose the players and the in the locker room, players or the building. So you have such a bad relationship with your players, or you have such a bad relationship with the GM, or you have such a bad relationship with the owner, but they just can't stand. Right? That's kind of what happened to his brother Jim Harbaugh in San Francisco. We just don't like you. Just go away. Like, so that's it. I, it certainly wasn't the case with the owner and the GM. They really like John Harbaugh, and so and I don't think it was the case with the players, not in totality. There probably were some, I'm sure, but I don't kind of buy that there was a super bad relationship with Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh. I just don't. I just don't buy that. Um, you know, Lamar's not that hard to get along. It seems like from a coach's perspective and all that. So I don't think that was what it was. He's kind of hard to play for. Now, a lot of players say that he's kind of hard to play for, but that's essentially the coach's job, like as far as hard to play for, because John Harbaugh pushes guys pretty daggone hard. So that could be it. The other thing is, I think the biggest thing here is you lose the media and the fans. Now, it's third on the list, but that could get really loud. That's something that they can't control. And a lot of the Baltimore media and the fans had just had enough. That's bad. I can't, and I'm sure we're going to see it now, believe it or not. You actually see it after somebody gets fired, the thank you and the appreciation and all that other stuff. But you will, the fan base was really, really disheartened with the coach. And justifiably. I think John Harbaugh, I think this year for sure lost his fastball. The Derrick Henry stuff, that was just, you need to be told that. You need to be told that you give Derrick Henry the football. That's just kind of crazy. Daniel Falele playing as much as he did, that's, somebody needs to tell you that. So that's interesting as well. Zach Orr, his assistants. Yeah. So there were some issues. So it is possible, I think, that factored in after 18 years. Maybe you got a little too comfortable. Maybe you lost your fastball. Maybe you got some things wrong, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the way that goes. My wife asked me this question: does the assistant take over? No, they don't. So Zach Orr, Todd Melkin, all these guys are looking for jobs right now, I'm sure. Some of them, somebody may stay, I think, but that's going to be totally up to whoever they hire as a new head coach, and we'll surely get to there. But that's essentially, I think, the biggest reason why he was fired, unless we do hear something about the Lamar relationship at some point, that definitely Lamar was not for this or whatever. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Lamar was trying to get Harbaugh out the door. We don't know. But we'll see. So let's go to the statements that were made. Go to Twitter, formerly known as X, and we get our statement from the owner, Steve Bisciotti. That's a little small. I'm sorry, X, formerly known as Twitter. Mrs. Ravori corrected me there, as she should, because that was right. So, following statement from Baltimore Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti. Following a comprehensive evaluation of the season and the overall direction of our organization, I've decided to make the change at head coach today, and I informed John that he has been relieved of his duty. This was an incredibly difficult decision given the 18 years we've spent together and profound respect I have for John as a coach and most importantly as a man of integrity. Therefore, I firmly believe that he has a Hall of Fame coaching career. John has delivered a Super Bowl championship to Baltimore and served as a steadfast pillar of humanity and as leadership. He and his family have deeply embedded themselves into this community, and for those profound contributions on and off the field, we should be forever grateful. Our goal has always been to win championships, and we will strive to consistently perform at the highest level on the field and to be the team and the organization the fans take pride in. I will always be grateful for the extraordinary hard work and dedication displayed by John and his staff throughout the many successful years. Ingrid, and Allison is, I believe, the wife. Ingrid, I think, is the daughter. Going the best going forward, as now as we begin the challenging but exciting process of indicting the new leader of our football team. We understand that expectations for our fans and everyone in the Ravens organization, finding another leader and partner who will reflect these high standards is paramount. We deeply appreciate our fans, and the community will work relentlessly to bring them to our city and the community and the success they deserve. So there it is from the man signing the check, Steve Bisciotti, as the owner. And I believe there's a John Harbaugh statement pull up here as well. That was not easy for Steve Bisciotti. And I know some of you would say, well, the bleeders and bleeders, and I understand that, but that they were as close as a player, as a coach owner, as I've seen. John Harbaugh was his first hire of a head coach, been there 18 years, had a lot of success with John Harbaugh. And that, I think, that carries a lot of weight. And I think that's probably why this didn't happen sooner rather than later. So it carries a lot of weight. You know, you don't want to. It's always something in business too, when this is true, and I don't care whatever anybody says. When you don't want to fire somebody, that matters, and you're an owner. That's just how it is. I mean, when you don't want to fire somebody, that's a real thing. All right, and there is now the former head coach of the Ravens, John Harbaugh. He issued out a statement here as well. Getting a statement ready, it's hard to read on anything. See if it's on Google here. This basically though was nothing but a coach, and I didn't look it up today, but it's not very long. I'm thinking the average tenure of a coach is only like something like 5-6 years or something like that. It was 18 years. Let's see. Got it up here. I'm gonna start reading it and I'm gonna get it on the screen here. Well, I was hoping for a different kind of message on my last day here, but someday has become today. Smile emoji. That's funny. It becomes a disappointment, but with certainty, more gratitude and appreciation, capital letters, as well. That the gratitude to the owner and the organization that was willing to bring me in as a head coach who has made his mark with special team success. Difficult thing to do, and appreciation for all the moments and all the years that are etched into eternity. I hope a legacy and faith, always fighting, always believing. Let's get this. All right. Values built on organization through team uh, that are worthwhile, good and lasting, and admired by Ravens fans and foes alike. Meaningful and impactful relationships with players throughout the years that I will cherish always. Grateful for the strength and courage. Loyal partnerships in this wonderful building that have grew into strong friendships that toil throughout the temps of the job every day. Most my treasured family, my Ingrid and my Allison, who are beyond compare in every way, the loves of my life, my close knit family and friends who stick with me, who stick with you no matter what. Finally, to our author and finisher, Faith, grateful for the journey beyond anything I could have dreamed on my own. All is well with my soul because good God who guides and sustains me. Um, Harbaugh is a man of faith. I've seen him too many times quote scripture like that often. All right. So that's the statement from owner Steve Bisciotti. That's the statement from now former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. So definitely, too, we're going to talk about this on open mic tonight. I'm sure they're all going to be asking me about John Harbaugh, but I wanted to go ahead and get on that as well. Real quick, we're not going to talk about it much here, but now all of you guys that wanted Harbaugh fired as well. Now you got to look for a coach. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the new head coach of the Ravens? Interesting this cycle. Some of the names out there. Marcus Freeman, the Notre Dame coach, has been out there, not particularly in Baltimore yet, because it's kind of held close to the vest as far as that goes. Some of the other coaching names that are out there are I don't think Ryan Day's name has been said in circles, but that's definitely a name out there. Cliff Kingsbury was also let go today um, by the Commanders, so his name is out there as well. Interested to see how this goes. So now the easy part is getting rid of the guy you don't want. Now, who do you want to bring in? My guess is it'll be a younger guy because they want more continuity going forward. Have not heard anything from Eric DeCosta yet. Eric, I'm assuming is staying, is going to lead the charge and go ahead and hiring the new head coach going forward. So, end of an era. Awesome. Let's go ahead and we will be here. Definitely, we certainly have a lot to talk about no matter how it goes. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Ravori Sports podcast. Once again, Ravens fire Coach John Harbaugh today as well after 18 seasons rather, as head coach. Thank you guys and enjoy the rest of your day.